going to be doing a clean and back squat session today. It's going to be the fourth day of the On the Road to 275 series that I'm making right now. So I'm going to start off with some good old warming up. But this band rocks in so many ways, guys. It's good because it's supposed to be for, it's the slingshot from Mark Bell. If you don't know who Mark Bell is, I highly recommend you go check out their podcast. They have some great information. But this, I believe, is made for your arms. But because of that, it is very strong. I'm not sure if it was meant for that. I think I could be full of it, but I think there's one for the arms and maybe one for the legs as well. I like using it like this to warm up everything, like all my lower body, and then I move on to the top with the bar, just to activate kind of the glutes really well. But yeah, clean and jerks today. Bunch of cleans. It's going to be 50%, 60%, 70%, and 80% of one rep max, clean and jerk. So it should be fun. I will say I was dreading today because I am completely destroyed from yesterday's sparring session. A couple of people went into Steel MMA and from other gyms, and they were complete savages. So the first sparring session that I had, oh, it went straight to war. It wasn't meant to. It wasn't meant to be a war right from the beginning. Person threw really heavily, and then I had to follow it up. You know, it is heavy sparring, so so that did happen, and it was fun. It was super fun, but it was taxing. I think I got some purple here. I don't know if you guys can see it right there already, forming up from one of the low kicks that I got. Funny enough, it wasn't that because we go with multiple rounds, so it was 3-minute rounds, and 2 rounds for the first person. Then you switch up a person, and so you get a lot of diversity in all that, which is good. You get different people from different ways. It's pretty good to get that kind of training in. And so the other person did a lot more low kicks than the person that I sparred with at the beginning, and that caught me off guard, especially after going with that first person. So it took me a while to get to it, and he was throwing some mean low kicks. He was a kid, by the way, and he was doing pretty good. So happy about that. Good sparring session. I didn't end up taking any damage face-wise. I did get, I would say, about 3 good body kicks throughout the entire night. So yeah, I do feel it in my body today. So that's why I was dreading coming in. I feel spent, but we got to get this done. More people already in here. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put the phone over here. That way you guys get a better view of all this. So, yeah. That's the best spot here in this gym to go ahead and put that camera at the moment. So for all the people that are in here, what I like to do is I like to put 2 big plates at the bottom. to create that little deficit. And it's funny because that deficit, although it doesn't look big, it does a big number on your lower back, but it prepares it for heavier weights. It's very interesting. When I first tried these a long time ago, I was like, they won't do anything. They work. Especially since the bar goes lower down here as opposed to here. You got to go all the way down here. Pull. I guess you could say it gets forced to be better. So I like training them, and right now they're in the training program. So let's kick it off with this. 50%. I will say I did have a little bit of a surreal morning. I wanted to talk about that for all you dads out there. So hopefully not too cute that it's terrible for you guys, but so my daughter, today was the first day of gymnastics. Saw her on the mats, and it got to me. She's growing up, man. She's like it was this internal dialogue of she's starting to grow up, and she's almost 4 now. I remember when I was doing this, and she was just born, or she wasn't born. And I remember it was a lot simpler, but now it's like you got to be tough and strong for them. It's like you can handle yourself, but you got to be able to be a good role model. That's a lot harder. It's a lot easier to say than to actually be. So make it this way. Two. Cuteness slash mostly for me because I was seeing her from afar with the instructor, and it's weird. It was like what 20 feet away, and it was like I was seeing a completely different little person just growing up, you know. And for all you dads that you'd see your second, third kid, you're like, oh yeah, it happens, and then it goes away, or you guys might be like a little over it, but so um, have any of you guys had that experience yet? If it's your first son or daughter, do you guys feel like they're growing up too fast or a lot faster than you thought it would be? Everybody says it's going to be fast, but when it's finally happening, you realize, crap, it is a lot faster than people said it was going to be. Like, you'll say it's fast, but you don't know how fast until you're there, you know? And before you know it, they're big. They're big little kids. So it's going to be 2 sets of this, 2 sets at 60, 2 sets at 70, and we'll keep on moving. 2 sets of 3, second set. Now 60%. Like checking this out, I'm doing this little series called On the Run to 275, which is basically me documenting everything for you guys so that you guys can see um, what you kind of have to go through in order to um, get just that little extra 10 pounds in. Right now I'm at 255. My one rep max has been in the past 275. However, I haven't been obviously as much on point as I have in the past, and so I'm also getting older, you know. So I want to get back to that 275 at least. Gavin Donahoe, 7033. Can you flex your biceps, please? There you go. It's not that crazy. It's a little lean actually. I gotten leaner. It's gotten interesting. But actually I would like to put on size. So the last time, so this is a different thing too. It's a lot easier to pull 275 off the ground if you're like around 190. Right now I am 171, so 172. Yesterday after sparring, I weighed myself. All the water weight just goes out the window completely, and it was 168. So it's a lot easier to pull more weight when you weigh more. Just as a side note, I'm way lighter right now than I was before. 190. I see myself in those other videos from the past where I was like, shit, 205, 210. I'm barely processing that. Can you flex your biceps? Today I'm slow. I think. But yeah. So long ago, a short where I'm saying that you kind of need to become a beast in order to keep your family safe. Basically, that's the main idea of it. And I think weights have given me a good foundation when it comes to strength and knowing my strength, knowing what I can and cannot do. But being able to do Muay Thai now, I've been doing Muay Thai for the better part of, I think, 6, almost 7 years, I think. It goes by so quick at some point. You lose track of it. But in any case, this gave me the base. This gave me such a good foundation because it's not just regular weightlifting. Like, like it's you're moving around with heavy weight, but in very awkward positions. And so that really helps out a lot, especially for Muay Thai, because you're throwing kicks, you're moving out of the way of a punch, something like that, and you feel so much more confident if anything was to happen on the streets. So the idea is obviously that stuff never happens. This is not the idea to be able to do somebody, you know, like if you're out on the street and or go picking for a fight, especially when you got kids. You don't want to do that, you know, you want them to be safe. So I think very few things have given me as much confidence as Muay Thai. There's different slots of confidence. I'll talk about that. Let me hit this set. Confidence slots. Keep that. Um, So with that idea, so first of all, we need to move up to 70% from 60 to 70, and now it's going to be 3 sets at 2 reps. So we lower the rest, but we increase it 1 set. So technically, we're still doing the same amount, just different weights. Sorry, different amounts of sets. We were doing the same amounts of reps. Sorry. Again, by doing real hard stuff, real hard shit. There's no way around it. You know, you run a marathon, job, you spoke to somebody about something very hard, but at the end of the day, you end up doing it. And nine people. Um, thanks, guys. But that's another way of doing it. You know, like doing something hard, getting a promotion, like working towards that promotion, or talking to your wife about something that's very hard. You know, that's something that you know is gonna trigger something, and knowing how to handle it, like just not handling it in like a very caveman status thing. You know, just like, oh yeah, stuff has to be this way. Why? Because I said so. You know, like handling it in a smart way. All that stuff, all that kind of stuff are different wins, are different things that give you confidence. You know, and I think there's a thing to be said about being able to defend yourself, how to properly defend yourself, and I think that's where Muay Thai slots in perfectly, with family, with everything. If you can defend yourself and you can defend your family properly, like you feel like a different person. Like I've felt like a different person from a long time ago. Ever since I started Muay Thai, I was doing the regular bag classes and stuff like that. But then after a while, like there comes a point where you know how to throw a kick, you know how to throw a punch, you know, you see other people throw stuff at you, you know, from sparring, from class, and all that, and you can predict it in a sense, and it's very important because out on the street, nobody's gonna warn you, nobody's gonna tell you here comes a punch, or yeah, there's a confidence that gets built in you, and for me, nothing affirms that I can do something more than seeing myself do it and do it to a high level instead of two. That is 70%, but God, does it feel heavy today. That's another thing. Surviving through some of these sessions when you feel like you're not going to be able to survive. Like right now, every part of my legs after yesterday's beating, and it hasn't even been 24 hours. It's been sparring starting at 6. It ended at about 7:30. Every part of my being right now is telling me, you know what, dude? You should take the day off. But I'm not being tough just to be tough. I happen to have this time free, and this is part of the workout of the week. And right, my wife is asleep with them. They go down to take their daily nap. My wife goes down with them because it gives her some time, you know, to relax as well. And if she feels rested, if she can nap through the day, heck yeah, she feels a lot better. And if she feels a lot better, I know I feel better. And I know that if she's doing fine, then the kids are going to be better taken care of, and I can come in. You know, I've never been a napper, but when I do pass out at night, I I do pass out. Like I do seriously go into like a night coma. Um, but yeah, no negotiating with myself right now about doing this. It's heavy, but it's 70%. I should be able to handle this shit. Second set. couple more of those and we move on to 80. How many people that we got in here? 3 people. So those 3 people that are here. Hey guys. Yeah, we're gonna move on. After this, we're gonna move on to 75%, 2 sets of that, and then 80, 3 sets at 2. If you guys are checking this out, leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? You have kids? How was it for you guys the first day that you took them to like kinder, preschool, stuff like that? Was it emotional? How did you guys feel? You know that your babies are growing up. It's tough. It's weird, tough. It's proud, tough, and at the same time, it's hard for you to kind of let go. That's how it felt for me, you know. And I was there with gymnastics with my daughter today. Still can't get over it. It was just like class ended at 12. So I will say being on top of these plates makes it harder in the sense that it's harder to like keep your feet below you. It becomes a little bit harder. So be aware if you do put like a deficit on when you're doing it. Make sure your feet can move a little bit more. Um, you should be good. But yeah, now 3 sets at 75 and then 80%. Do you guys like me doing these live sessions? I like recording these. That way you guys can check them out. And if you guys are running out of ideas, like the deficits, they help you make a far better pull all the way from the ground up. It helps you just produce a lot more power. These are very fun, but they're tough. They're tough. And it's funny because the first couple of times I remember I did them, like my lower back, I could feel it in my lower back. Now over time, like your lower back get used to it, it gets strong. It's basically like doing just back workouts. So it feels almost like doing already good mornings with heavier weight. Obviously, don't go too heavy. Be smart about it. But these work. They work. First set 75%. Again, another 2 reps. Also, these short shorts are not helping. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my chalk. Forgot my chalk. Chalk helps out a lot. Again, rock climber bag, bring your own chalk. Besides, these bars just suck. I guess not having a bar at home with a far better camera, with far better audio. But here, since they have fans turned on and it's dead right now because it's a Saturday, that's why I also like doing these live sessions on Saturdays because it's dead. But it would be a lot better for you guys if I could do these at home, but I would have to buy equipment, and unfortunately, I don't have space. One day when I'm rich and powerful, or when I could just buy a house, but it sounds like I have to be rich and powerful with these home prices. Put a comment down if you guys think that you have to become rich and powerful nowadays just to buy a freaking house here in the US. That too. Oh yeah, I feel heavy. Go ahead and put on the good. I forgot my little clamps. I always bring these because the ones here always, always. I like the ginger too over here, but obviously there's some stuff that's not ideal. Hi, Mundo de Sofia. Hi, Sofia. How's your world? Mundo de Sofia. Mundo de Sofia, Sophie's world. Sophie. Sorry, Sophia. I know some Sophias don't like to get called Sophie. Hi. Thanks for dropping a line down there. I really appreciate it. By the way, really appreciate you guys. Third set at 75% for 2 reps. Now, babies, 2.5s. Yeah. There you go. 80%. 3 sets of 2 reps. Can't talk today. I will say, whenever I do sparring the day prior to that, so usually I spar on Tuesday nights and Friday nights, if I get to go to Friday nights. But I always feel like my brain is a little like not fully there if I do sparring and then do some heavy lifting the day after. Like right now, I am missing a 2.5er. Let me go ahead and grab that. Should be around here somewhere. Let's see. There's like only one gym or like 2, 3 sets maybe of them. I keep them. Sounds small, but sometimes it really pushes you over the edge. It's like Like, have you ever done like a really heavy clean and jerk or a very heavy deadlift or a heavy squat? And let's say you're at 315 and you've never gone above 315, or you're about to hit 315 and you're doing 305. And then putting that set of fives is too much on each side. But if you put a set of like two baby fives, 2.5s on each side, it just becomes easier. It's a mental thing. It really is a mental thing. But technically, it is extra weight. So you do raise the bar. So it's not just like a placebo effect. It's actually doing something, you know? Final two sets, 3 sets of cleans, 2 repetitions each with the deficit. The deficit's making it harder. Now I'm starting to feel it again in my lower back, but now up until these sets, which is good. Now you guys know why you should bring those tights. Man with tights. They help, man, for this kind of stuff. They really do help. Because if not, like your leg's gonna get all red from here, from contact with the bar. So it helps smoothing that transition. And since I am a furry man, have a lot of hair in my legs, I stop the bar when it starts moving up. And today I just decided to bring short shorts. For whatever reason, my brain was not, again, slow from all the sparring. Since I'm super slow, I just decided to go with it. Just go with it. Fuck it. Bite the bullet. It suck, but it also toughens your legs out a little bit. It's not like it's tearing them apart. That one barely happened. So I rarely use my belt. I only use my belt when I'm squatting heavily, or I've just done such a long workout that I know that that back support is needed. I don't use it. It could potentially mask a lot of things, you know. Like right now, it's like super loose. But for the next set, I'm taking some time. There'll 5 people in here. Hello. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I still haven't gone over my whole daughter situation. I'm happy she's in gymnastics now. She's gonna be going once a week, but Should be fun. One more minute. We're gonna do one more minute. I need to rest on this one. This is the last set, and it's getting a little. I'm already feeling depleted, slightly depleted. So let's see. That's 3 sets of this, and then we're gonna be doing deficit clean pulls at 80%, 90%, and 100% of 1 rep max clean jerk, and it's gonna be 80%, 2 sets at 5 reps, then 2 sets at 90% with 4 reps, and then at 100% we're going to be doing 2 sets with 3 reps, and then we'll move on to back squats. Bless it. One. Bless it. The belt. But missed that one. You see, guys, it's not all success either. Sometimes you miss. I'm gonna get that rep in though. Getting some energy. Yeah, it's not always. Yeah, trust me. I miss. I miss. Usually the rep ranges are supposed to be like good enough for you to recover from one session to the other, but again, I'm pretty sure Muay Thai sparring the day prior wasn't in the program, so that's a little something I'm adding. So yeah, that's. But now, clean pulls. It's going to be I believe 2 sets at 5. To well, at 80%, we're going to be doing 2 sets of 5. Then at 90%, 2 sets at 4, and then at 100%, 2 sets at 3 reps. Clean pulls. Deficit still. By the way, for anybody thinking Olympic lifting really well over to Muay Thai. Really, really well. There's a lot of explosive powers on kicks, so that really helps. Um, when you're doing Olympic lifting, because that initial pull really transfers over well, especially since I started training my lower back a lot more. And like with these deficits, I'm kind of training my lower back also a lot more, so I'm able to connect the lower body with the um, upper chain of muscles, and it transfers over well. I think I think that was one of the missing links when I first started. I realized that I could generate a lot of force with my legs, but at some point I wasn't able to transfer it over to the top part as well. And now that I've learned more about different sports, learned more about different coaches' mentalities, read a bunch of books, and a lot of them suggested working your lower back um, to be able to transfer that power over to, you can have strong legs, but that doesn't mean you have a strong upper body. Or you can have really strong legs and strong upper body, but that doesn't mean you know how to generate force pretty well for like in a kick or in a punch. So if you have the basic technique down, then you got to figure out how to transfer that technique over, how to properly um, connect the muscles that you need to connect in order to make that force production come out properly. And lower back exercises do that. Now, 4 reps at 90%. So we're going to be doing 235. So red. Bye. Woo. It's getting heavy. By the way, changing the weight on itself, there's a point where it starts getting heavier, and you start dreading the changing weights. I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay. So, 2 sets of 4 at 90%. One more. And we're gonna be going all the way up to 100%. So, got one more set of this, and then 2 sets of 3 repetitions at 100%. Of 1 rep max of clean and jerk. So, How about you guys? What do you guys have on your going on your weekend? Leave anything down there that you guys want to share. And again, give it a like. I would really appreciate that. But for you guys watching, do you guys like me putting on like Muay Thai content, like my training sessions? Do you guys enjoy watching that? Because I like to do this right now, Muay Thai. Right now, I'm putting the running a little bit on the back burner. I might run sometime, maybe tomorrow, something light, just a long little light run. But I also got to give the legs some time to recover. I'm going to be realistic. They just don't recover as quick enough. I don't recover as quick as when I was younger, so I need to give my body the time to recover. I'll develop a tendonitis, and I know a little bit about that since I've had a couple in the past because I didn't learn my lesson and did not hear my body when it was telling me to slow down a little bit. 4 reps. Woohoo! See. See. Yeah, 2 sets of these at 3 repetitions, and back squats. Back squats are 50 and 60% of 1 rep max. That's it. Belt is in order right now. Good. 2. The belt was way too high. I like this belt because it's not as firm as the leather ones. I don't like the leather ones. Um, Maybe I'm using it wrong. I mean, I've asked a bunch of people on how to use it. I've been told to use it a certain way and everything. I have never liked belts. I know some people love them. I like them for back squats, not for clean and jerks. For clean and jerks, I just no. I haven't found anything that works for me. Well, anything you guys recommend? I used to have one of those leather ones, and I just never liked it. Um, I feel they always get in the way somehow, like with the pull or on the way back. Or maybe it's my technique. Yeah, it could be that. Could be my technique, but I mean, no, I just never liked them. Last set. Then we move on to back squats. One more. Yeah, that's it for clean and jerks. And deficit 24. So 2 people still here. Appreciate it. Is it still the same people? Oh, I see top fans. Gavin, thanks for being here. It means us a lot. Thank you. Appreciate it. Cool. Let me go ahead and wrap this up and stuff out of the way because I need to move to the clean. Sorry, to squat work. 'Cause how much we're doing for basketball too. Yeah, 50%. 2 sets of 50% for back squat. 6 reps, and then 3 sets at 60%. 4 reps. So yeah, set that up over here. Also, I'm very lucky to have this gym. This gym is very. So I'm happy that I can have good. Some good stuff in here. Let me go get my knee stuff. So I believe. Let me do. Go. Something happened. But yeah. Legs are plenty warm, so all I need to do is just add weight. 175. Two sets at 6. 6. 50%. That's the easy part today so far. The squats. Everything else has felt like lead. Again, I think it was a Muay Thai yesterday. Actually, I know it was a Muay Thai. Get out of me. I kind of just want to get these sets out of the way. Are any of you guys working out tomorrow? Today's here? Or tomorrow? Or on the weekend? Or do you guys just leave it all for the week? It's good to work out on the weekends, I think. Um, you don't go too heavy. Sometimes I take a day off during the week, and I try not to make it the same day. I try to make it at different days all the time. Sometimes it's Mondays when I go and play with the jazz band over in Mexico. I play with the jazz band with my trombone stuff. Um, I won't touch weights that day, but I make sure I get a good amount of steps. Sometimes I don't get too many, especially right now since I'm more sedentary with my job. Let me hit this next one. I want to really get this working. 4, 6. Now, roll 5. I don't know, 60% weight. Again, 2.5. Cool. Let's see. We got, this is going to be 3 sets of 4 at 60%. So, yeah. Let's see if we need to weight the belt. I don't think so. We need this though, for sure. One, 2, 3, 4. So 3 sets of 4. Now I'm not going to need the belt or the knee wraps. The hard part of these is doing them at the end of the workout. Like, it's all good doing 50, 60% when you're first starting, when you're warming up. That's cute. It's quaint. But when you're finishing like these are the burnout sets, it sucks because you got to keep it warm, obviously, for your squat. But at the same time, it's more of the idea of like Don't let the weight crush you after you're super tired, you know? Again, there's still enough energy in the tank to support it, but you have to be extra careful about form. It's major. Actually, it's not Major League Baseball. It's kids baseball. I don't know what you call it. I wasn't raised with uh, a lot of baseball in the family. Like nobody in the family plays baseball. Um, like friends that love baseball, especially here in San Diego, the San Diego Padres. I mean, I think I've gone to a game once. One, two, three. Stay. One more and we're done for today. Yeah, today's been hard. I'm telling you. I'm gonna do another um, if you guys want to check that out. Let me kill the last set. I got it in me right now. Wait. Four. That's it. Thanks for joining me, guys. That was Brilliant Jerks with some basketball. Appreciate you joining. Have a good rest of your day, Saturday, or the weekend. People are starting looking at me because I know I've been doing a live session.